Taurus, welcome back for your October reading. Yes, I am feeling better. This shop should be open very soon. The products have already been made. So keep an eye on the website. I'll try and put a video up as to when they are open for purchase. We have anything from twin flame candles to chakra related products. So I'll keep you posted anyway. Now, I'm keeping the readings the same as last month. Obviously, because I was sick, there was a lot of rescheduling, which meant there was no room for new clients to come through because the people that had already paid were being rescheduled due to me being unwell. Thank you for being very patient, and I do apologise. The in-betweeners section is going to be created in a separate section. I don't know if I will get it done this month. I'll see how I go with these videos and I'll add it. Otherwise, it'll be the following month. But no promises because I don't like to let down. Only promise what I will deliver. Now, you guys have a few things coming up that's different. I'm being shown, why are you looking outside of yourself? Why do you feel, for some given reason, that you have no power in the situation? There is also going to be a sense of responsibility coming about for some of you, and it will be that the way you've been doing things has not been working, and maybe somebody is passing judgment on you. Now, connected to this, it could be anybody. It could be at work, it could be within a relationship setting if you're partnered. You're looking at something from a different perspective, but you're giving your power away. There's the laws of attraction at play, and vibrationally speaking, of that you're asking for, you're not getting, because vibrationally, in some shape or form, you feel you have no entitlement to it. Now, I have purchased the laws of attraction cards. Here's one. It may be relevant to you. Feel welcome to read. But I've pulled each one and I'll read them to you as I go, as I'm tuning. Still a bit husky, but I am a bit better. Waiting for summer to come through. Okay. I do feel you're waiting to hear some news, and you're also wanting to communicate with a person in particular, but you're not knowing how to go about it. I do feel there are blocks, but I do feel the blocks are mentally manifested, so to speak. You need to trust in the process and trust in divine timing. I'm also seeing two parties here. Now, it can be actually two people involved in a connection with you, especially if you're single. But more so, there's situations where you're needing some clarity on them. You're also not knowing in which way to go. You've got two directions you need to go in, but you're not making a decision. So that's what I mean by you're actually giving your power away, because in a sense, it's like the other person has the power, yet you have the power as well of choice. But you're physically not choosing left or right because you're hoping somebody will choose for you. And the universe is actually saying, no, you need to choose. So when you vibrationally choose, it doesn't mean to say you necessarily receive it right away, but it does mean that you are then in alignment with what you believe is true, what you believe you're entitled to, and knowing that you won't accept anything less than that thing. It can be a person, it can be a job, anything that you vibrationally have been blocked on, you need to physically choose. Finances for you also are coming up into highlight, but for different reasons than you think. It's more the way you're directly relating to finances is forward motion, but you're also not looking at it from the victim standpoint, more from a we need to get in and do something about this scenario. Now, it doesn't matter whether you have a bag of gold or 20 bags of gold. How you use it, how you manage it is the key to the scenario. That's what I'm being shown. So it's about getting the balance back. I do see you to be more social in October, And some things are starting to fall into place where you have had to wait many years for it. I do feel communication coming through, and you're going to be able to verbalize how you feel directly connected to a person or a situation. I feel this is going to leave you with more questions though. Although you're going to feel elated and very excited, there's also going to be additional questions connected to this of, well, where to from here? I do see there being a getaway, so to speak, and I don't feel this is a holiday as such. I'm feeling it's more you're going somewhere to visit somebody. And when I said you're looking outside of yourself, something around the age of 24, this is for some of you, because not obviously all of you are above 24, it can be connected to the date of the 24th. It can also be connected to a wish that you had. And it can be connected to 4 people or the 4th month. Now, you're worrying too much about what people think. You need to change your vibration to, what do you actually think about a scenario? So your goals and aspirations, or anything that you're trying to manifest, you need to ask yourself why you're letting trigger points come through on you, and you're not stepping into your power and getting that you have a choice too. You have had a choice for a very long time, but you're not owning that right to do that. You still feel you don't have the power to actually do that, or to verbalize your personal needs, wants and desires. It feels as though you're shifting the energy onto other people as it's their responsibility or it was their fault. And that can be that, you know, from childhood, maybe the way you were raised was different. So therefore the way you're viewing things is you need to keep those old-fashioned values connected to, you know, what is acceptable, what's correct. I do feel it's connected to a relationship that you're wanting, or that from a relationship it triggered that for that to happen. And it can be from parents, or it can be directly linked to a partnership. Okay, you need to really tap into a sense of abundance. So that can be that you need to be very grateful for what you have and actually visually look at how far you've come and what you've co-created. And the peace and the tranquility is abundance as well. So what you do have, try and focus on that, because it co-creates more of the same to happen. If you're focusing only on the lack, then the lack is what you're going to get. I do feel you're getting a gift, and this might be a delivery for females or males, however it is, because we do have different genders in relationships these days. I do feel a gift coming, and this gift might be a bunch of flowers or some kind gesture of a thank you. Keep your eyes open for, you know, the kindness around you and the people that are actually saying thank you for what you've given them. Most of the work you've done, what you're going to find is the blocks are being removed, and you're actually realizing the power you do have this month. And you're realizing that you do have the mind and the hands and the tools to actually do anything you want to do. And again, I do feel you in the midst of planning for holidays or planning for the New Year season. But it feels as though you want to turn over a new leaf, and the way you want to move forward in your life is not to focus on, obviously to focus on what you're trying to co-create. And for some of you, this can be relationships coming into your life. But for others of you, it's more about what you physically have attained right now and how you want to move forward into having more than what you already have, but being grateful for what you have. But it feels like you're drawing a line in the sand and you're saying, no, I'm painting a new story connected to how I want my life and the way I want it. There you go. As you put the power within those thoughts, you actually feel you've physically made a choice, you've stood your ground, and you are starting to co-create. And again, there's a mouth directly connected here. So it's saying not only speak it, but do it. Walk the walk, talk the talk. Okay, verbalization is key for you. So it might be that you have a blockage here and there are some truths you need to explain to certain individuals so that you can clear the way and you can physically move forward. I do feel you hearing news from someone that you've been waiting for a long time, and this verbal communication is going to happen. This can be a telephone call, and it can be that you feel that you're able to be more open, connected to things that have been held in limbo of a conversation. By the New Year's and around Christmas, what you're going to find is things that you value the most are going to be in highlight. So it can be a gift that someone's physically giving you, or it can be a wish that you've waited for that is going to be realized and received around this time. So it can be a discussion connected to New Year's or Christmas. It feels it's a wish, and it feels like perhaps a fortune teller is telling you. But it feels very grounding. It feels of a romantic nature, of a family-related nature. So it's going to directly impact these areas. It doesn't feel negative, it feels positive, but it feels something you're very passionate about. Okay. Now, as I said, the in-betweener section I will try and do separately, providing I've got time. People were complaining about the quality of the computer. I'm working on that at the moment. The only reason I was using the computer is for the upload time frame. It was so much shorter, and it was the quickest way to actually deliver the readings for the month. I am going to update my technology connected to it so I can stream these a lot quicker, and that's when I'll start doing live leads. So forgive me for the poor quality, poor lighting, etc. Okay, couples. Oh, I can see a house. And for some reason, this has come through a lot with a lot of the zodiac signs. Anything connected to house or movement or altering it, renovating. It can be, you know, additional people coming into the home. This can be, yeah, it feels like perhaps renovations for some of you. But houses in highlight in the month of October. Last month we were quite focused on working out what relationships were, what we wanted, trying to balance money and work. And a lot of balls were in the air last month. It was quite a busy month. Heavy energy last month, I feel. This October feels different. It feels like we've pressed a button and we want to move forward. We've got some plans and ideas. Clarity is starting to come through for a lot of us. Okay, the energy between the two of you within the partnership is that you're making very wise, firm decisions connected to anything you're wanting to work on, be it of a romantic nature or within the union of what way you want to do things, how you want to move forward. Again, it can be house-related renovations, but it feels as though you have very much already done the work last month to look at situations and the things that you're wanting to achieve within the relationship. And it does feel like a very team-orientated scenario going on here between the two of you, between what has past tensely happened. Okay, you have very much educated yourself on what you're physically moving forward with. So if there had been a delay or an idea in mind within your relationship, you know it all too well of what you're going to do and how something's going to play out. So for some of you, this can be good or bad. It depends on how it directly relates. I do feel conversations have happened in relation to any block that had been there and how you're going to move forward. But both of you are very wise to the point where you do know each other very well. And the way you're going to handle this given scenario this month, connected to last month, I feel, is something that you've really investigated. It might be you or your partner have also just started a new job or received a new job, and the movement is coming through that. So it might not physically be the house moves, but it might be that you or your partner might be out of the house working away, so to speak. Okay, the skills directly connected to this, I do feel can be connected to labour within the home or a physical job that you or your partner are doing. It can also be that you both within the partnership have the tools to be able to work through anything you're currently dealing with. It is destiny and it is boding very well. There is movement happening and it's divine timing in a sense. Although the clarity had been wanted, I feel you physically have the clarity now, and the energy in October is feeling better for you to make decisions connected to the relationship. Your partner's balancing many things at the moment, so the energy of the way they're dealing with things, they are multitasking, but they're also able to do that, I feel. I do feel their energy to be quite tired, but this is helping you actually realise that by working together, your dreams actually can become the reality that they're needing to be. And your partner knows that once they move forward with this, be it he or she, whichever way it goes, that there is going to be positive movement within the situation. And it is going to provide you with a fresh start. So I feel it's directly linked to finance. I feel some of the issues that you had both been having was all work and no play. And very much the balance is coming back connected to the way you're going to relate to each other. This can be a Leo directly connected to you. I do see a few signs here though. However, it vibrationally connects with you. Okay. So, if you're working on a marriage, i.e. you're engaged and you're thinking about getting married, there might be a delay on it, but it's not saying it's not happening. It's just, it's delayed due to the work you've got to do to catch up, so to speak. Now, you're not focusing on anybody else at this point in time, I'm feeling. And if you are, the in-betweeners hopefully can help that situation. But within this normal current relationship spread I'm doing, I feel as though the things that you're working on at the moment, however you're moving, it's more connected to the current person you're dealing with. So there is a sense of forgiveness coming through and education, so it can be doing things and relating in a different way, and that this situation is safe. But it's not connected to going elsewhere at this point in time. It's more about working to move forward. So if you are coming out of a partnership, please check the singles and the couples, and hopefully it'll give you additional information. Otherwise you need a private reading, because you can have risings. You know, the rising sign is very important. That's why sometimes if you don't know your time of birth, it's probably easier to book a private reading, and then the person who's ever reading you can tap into your direct energy. Most of my chart has Cancer Moon rising. I've got Libra in me, and I've also got Scorpio. So it just depends on the house you're actually looking at. Okay. I'll pull 3 Romance Angels cards and we'll see what the messages are for the couples, and then we'll do the singles. What advice for couples for the month of October? Okay, there is a direct connection to the both of you, although I am feeling you're busy because you're not having much time to do the talks. Or, you know, that just being yourselves within the relationship. And family-related healing, that went on the back burner as well. to really co-create this new beginning of how you guys are moving forward. And it can be that, emotionally speaking, you or your partner know this is really going to change the dynamic of the relationship. Whatever this scenario is that's coming up for you. Some of you, I do feel you may find out that you're pregnant or that your partner's expecting, however this directly relates. And due to that, it's, you know, you're looking at things differently. Okay, there's no deception happening here. You know what's going on. Your intuition's very good. You're not trusting in the process. You need to. You need to lighten up as well connected to this, and trust that everything that's happening is there for a reason. It's not there to punish you. So if you're panicked connected to finances, don't panic. Try and change that vibration. Okay, singles. You've got a lot going on at the home front. I do feel it's going to settle down. I do feel you're wanting to focus on love, which is making you actually quite angry. But you're actually giving to a lot of people at the moment. It is balancing out though. You are enjoying the company. I can see some scenarios changing and very rapidly, that you're thinking it's one way, then it's flipping and it's changing, and it feels like this is on a daily basis. So the energy at home is changing constantly. That's what I'm saying. So you really don't know if you're coming or going. But your mind is off in daydream land. I just saw a little boy lose his ball next door, so he's just popped in the yard. You're worried about money. You're balancing your time. I can see a lot of socialisation. I do see you wanting to back off from that. And that's really not like you. But I think it's because you're very emotional this month. But there is a conversation with a person that is coming about. Now, this for some of you can be from the past. Can be a friend, or it could be a lover that you had. But I do feel there's some sense of communication. Now, this could be via a text message or an email. It may be that you see this person in passing for some of you. But it feels like there's a very short conversation. It does make you happy, any sense of this communication that you receive, but it leaves you with a bit of questions. Try not to panic. And I do feel this is for 3 weeks. So it's within the window of 3 weeks, but it makes you happy, but then you're kind of left thinking, well, am I going to hear from you again, or are we going to catch up at some point? This would be nice. It just feels like it makes you a little bit confused. I also see another person around you that has romantic intentions towards you, that is sending you mixed signals. They're also up in their head quite a bit, and you're really not understanding what they're wanting from you and why they're acting in a way they're acting. They're dealing with past related issues connected to a previous relationship. And they are being in the moment, but they're purging what they needed to. So this person needed to let go of something in order to be connected with you, I feel. While you're very busy and you're working and balancing things and doing the same thing you used to do, something has changed to a point where you're visually being more... You're more aware of your surroundings now. So you're visually seeing some changes in different people. And it's making you think and process quite a bit. You're feeling connected to your love life. There has been an injustice. And this is very much frustrating you. This can be for some of you that there is gossip connected to a connection you had or have. And it is making you... I'm very agitated. This can be that you're seeing other scenarios play out in other people's lives and you're thinking, why isn't mine working according to plan? I don't understand. It's not going to. It's just you're doing a bit of healing at the moment. So what's going on isn't there to punish you. That's what I'm being shown. Okay, by you actually changing your vibration to a point where you're feeling more grounded and you step into your power of your beauty or attractiveness as a human being, there is going to be aspects coming towards you that are flirtatious and playful. It is going to make you emotional though. You are going to hear, as I said, from a person, and I do feel it's from the past and it is an ex, and they're going to make a statement towards you. Now, there can be synchronicities connected where you're actually physically seeing repetitious signs. It can be that they are the sign of Libra for some of you. Or Sagittarius, I'm seeing as well. I feel there's a few energies here. You've got 3 energies of suitors directly connected to you. Now, one of them was no, and you're still healing connected to that. The other one is up and down like a yo-yo. The other one I'm feeling you may have known, and this is only for some of you, but I just feel there's 3 energies. So this could be most current, connected to you. And it doesn't have to be that you had an intimate relationship with them. It can be that they had a direct connection with you, they feel. Now, I feel there's 3 people. One is a definite no, and it's more a sense of your processing and hearing scenarios connected to them. The other one is up in their head and really doing a lot of work, but both of them are. Both of these other people are, but one of them you haven't heard from in a very long time, and this is the person that's coming through the strongest at the moment. The other person, though, you have directly developed a connection with, and this person has developed emotional feelings for you, and this aspect has very much confused them. But you are going to have a connection with a person who you feel is absolutely either your twin flame or soulmate. And this is what is frustrating you the most, is that although there are suitors and people that are coming towards you, there is still that one person, or it might be that you're waiting for that one person to directly connect with you so you can have that abundant celebration. So you need to keep manifesting that and believing that that's possible. One person's too focused on work. Now, this can be the person that has been blocked and has had no communication with you, because I'm feeling as though for them, they have been working on themselves and focusing on work as a way to avoid what's really going on with them. And now I've been shown it's both of them. That's what I've been told. Okay, something directly connected to you is sending that signal out. Now, you're needing to learn that in order to break that cycle. Try to balance your cash and not have to work so hard, because this person is actually mirroring what you're doing. And until you can change your vibration, if this is your twin, you will continue that cycle where you find the balance and you take your power back. So if you can do that, it actually assists in that twin actually doing the same thing. Now, I'll pull an animal totem card for you as a sense of advice for you singles, and that will be the completion of your reading. Okay, you've got this card in reverse. Know where you are going and you will get there. So because you have no clarity connected to this, you're not being able to move forward with the passion that you actually do hold within yourself. So perhaps wait until you have the clarity, and then what you're going to find is your energy will be able to move very fiercely in the direction that you feel is fit. So thank you, and if you're wanting a reading, you can go to the link below, and if you can't find time, just email me and I'll book you in.